Hi, I'm Christy, and I am here shooting a cover for Vogue Mexico, Latin America. Well, my mother is from El Salvador. She came to the United States when she was about 8 years old and spent all of her youth going back and forth to see family. And when my sisters and I were born, she started to bring us down as well, and so we spent a lot of time growing up in Central America. My mom was a pretty glamorous person and had worked for Pan American Airlines as a stewardess in the 60s, and so traveled all over the world. I was always really impressed that she could speak Spanish and Portuguese and French and Italian. She just had such an ability to speak other languages, which I did not inherit. So I was always really proud of her. I love that she had been exposed to other parts of the United States and outside of the United States. We were raised outside of San Francisco, so in my mind she was very unique and exotic compared to my friends' parents. But later on we lived in Miami, and so there was a little bit more diversity, and there we felt very much a part of Latin culture, which was really nice. My grandmother certainly was a very typical Latin American mother to my mom, and also an abuela. She spent lots of time with us, from Southern California to Northern California. We'd spend months at a time visiting. So I feel like she was very much hands-on in raising me and my sisters. And she always was cooking, like food in the house, it always smelled good when she was around. My mom likes to cook, but I wouldn't say she has those, she wasn't cooking tamales and beans and rice. She wasn't doing all of the things from home in the way that my grandmother would. So. I guess we have more concerns being a mother now, that because so much of this digital era is new still, and we don't really know what the long-term impact will be on our children's brains or their bodies or their social lives. There's certainly a lot of examples in the media and even just through my children's friends where things can easily be misconstrued or taken out of context, and so something you worry about, but I think there's always something to worry about as a parent of children. So I can't tell if it's harder now than it was. It's just a new thing that isn't going away, and so it's something that we are paying attention to and reading a lot about as we're all learning more about what the long-term impact is. I founded Every Mother Counts in 2010. And I was inspired to start it because I had a childbirth-related complication with my daughter 15 years ago. And before I became a mother, I wasn't aware that so many girls and women around the world die from complications related to pregnancy and childbirth. So having this complication and the experience allowed me to learn about something and have that personal connection, and compelled me to learn more. And the more I learned, the more I felt that I needed to do all that I could to raise more awareness and ultimately to raise funds as well to make sure that women everywhere have access to maternity care and the appropriate kind of medical care that they might need throughout their pregnancy and postpartum. It was really important for me to show that this is a global issue. There are disparities that prevent women from accessing care all over the world. There are always some that have no problem, and then there are lots of others who fall through the cracks. And so we really try to work hard to make sure that at the community level, every woman has the same access as the next to ensure a safe delivery. I don't know, I guess becoming a mother, it's not necessarily that it makes you care more. I think I was a pretty compassionate person before becoming a mother. But learning that other mothers have such a difficult time, women do most of the work all over the world, and a lot of mothers do, raise their families by themselves. And so I think it's really important for women to put their feet in the shoes of another woman, as often as possible. Because we mother, we're used to nurturing and caring for our children, but I think we can really nurture and care for each other as well, and so that's something that Every Mother Counts, and me personally is really dedicated to creating that connection. think kindness and compassion are really important. I mean, my kids are smart and they're funny and they're interesting, but if I could wish one thing, it would be that they're kind to other people